Welcome, brothers, back to Warhammer 40k Deathwatch. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and destroy some filthy, disgusting, awful, raggedy, hair-wearing, non-sharing Xenos. That's how we do it. So when you taunt the Xenos, you have to do it properly. You got to get in there. You got to make it personal. You have to go after their mothers. You have to go after their genealogy. You got to tear them up like that. The floor right there appears as though it has some kind of sexual object embedded inside of it.
True, you spent all your time looking pretty, marching around the gleaming plazas of Ultramar.
We are too busy slaying the Emperor's enemies to parade, Space Wolf, creating the most stable region in the whole Imperium.
Put your hackles down, brother. I make sport, is all.
Sport, you say? Then tell me, Wolf brother, is it true that you spend the nights howling at the moon?
Well, that's fun. I didn't realize we were going to have like Left 4 Dead type conversations where we like talk shit about each other's chapters. You think that sort of thing would be off limits, though. I mean, if you're trying to make sure that everybody gets along and works together, you'd assume there'd be a sergeant or something around here, somewhere that's like, yo, dog, we should probably not talk shit about each other any longer. I'm going to go over by this pool and hopefully shoot this guy many, many times in his face holes. Honestly, there's a lot of choke points in this game that make it sort of difficult to move around. Then again, we are in towering, ridiculous-sized armor. Here, you move to there, and I will scoot you. Oh, look at that. He's got a little animation and everything. Hooray! He just dropped. That's the mic drop for Marines right there. You just run up on the enemy's thing. You're like, mic drop right into your weird space holes. Enjoy that. You now have Space Marine STDs. I probably will not advance any further right here just because it seems risky. Hey, Purple Team. It's your turn. Go forth, Purple Team. Oh, he got an attack? Lame. Ow! Heard the clunk on that one. Something like he hit us with a pipe. Like, look out! It's the most hood rat of Hormagons. He's got a pipe. He's got a piece of plumbing fixture. Run! The ultimate enemy of the Imperium. Plumbing fixtures. I don't know if it's wise. Let's do it. Whatever. We shall invoke... Oh, look, he does it on the walk by. I thought maybe it cost an AP or something. We shall invoke the power of Brother Yellow. And go just straight for the enemy's balls. Do Tyranids have balls? I didn't pay attention in Tyranid biology class, unfortunately. I wasn't much of a bookworm. Nerd. Oh, man. We got another enemy over here. These blind corners. Killing me. Killing me. Also, I'm killing me because I don't properly check my corners. Then again, there's no real way to, like, check the corner. You kind of just have to walk around it and hope there's nothing over there because standing next to the corner like so don't get you there. I'll probably go Overwatch right here, just in case this little guy decides to get froggy. I don't think he'd be able... Well, maybe he could have Overwatched that spot. It seems feasible. Yeah! Ow. Ow! Definitely gonna have to get better at this game. Did they just use... I'm pretty sure they just used...
Those shells, brother. The right sacraments have been performed. On that you need not worry. It is my aim that should concern you.
You jest, brother. I have seen you shoot the eye out of a Hormagont from 90 paces.
I like how they talk to each other. That makes me happy. It's a little thing, but it's a big deal to me. It helps people get into the world, too. That's the other part, is it helps people, like, get into the world because they're like, so what are they talking about here? And all of a sudden you start Wikipediaing and you start, like, going through, like, 1D4chan and generally just wasting, like, your entire night staring at random Warhammer pages. Brother, slice and dice him. I will send you off and... Oh, shit, there's one with a... He's got a gun! Run! That's hilarious. He's got a firearm. Looking good up here. Haven't had a whole lot of cause to let the Devastator Marine off the leash just yet, but I would like to. I mean, so if we could talk... It looks like they actually just... I think they may have used the Warhammer Quest engine to make this. Now that I'm looking at the way the game functions and, like, the different UI elements, I'm pretty sure they just tuned up the 40... I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, as long as I get more 40k games, I'm usually pretty happy. Use whatever engine you want to use. Slap a Hemi on that bitch. It's all good. Oh, that one's got a gun. No! Termie's got a gun. What did that Termie do? See, the best question is, when do we get Terminators? That's what I'm waiting for. I think that until I get a Terminator, I can't be happy with the universe. Poison that weird thing over there. Yes, indeed, that ground maw. Shit. I dropped my Lucky Charms. I dropped my Lucky Charms inside of there. They're magically delicious. We can't leave them behind. Goril, do you have that grappling hook thingy with you? I dropped my cereal and I'm kind of hungry right now. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get picked up for at least a couple of days. I mean, do you figure there will be any Sisters of Battle during this deployment? Love me some Sisters of Battle. I'll be like, hey girl, how are you doing? You know why they put me in this power armor, right? It's not for protection, it's for restraining, girl. You know how I do. You know how I do. Everybody loves a nuns with guns. Maybe I'll put this in here. Yay! Join the Space Marines. Put stuff inside other things, they said. Mic drop. We drop mad rhymes, and when it comes to the time, you know we Space Marines will never turn and dime. Has anybody... Oh, man, we got to extract. Well, that's no good. Pulling out has never been my strong point. I was trying to think of a joke right there that wouldn't be inherently sexual, and I was like, well, I'm just going to go for the easy joke here today. Whatever. No! Ha! Your aim is terrible. Ow! So did they just spawn in, or where did they come from? A little bit confused. Either way, you picked the wrong fight, homie. You done made a mistake, sir. One that I will now rectify by putting rounds on you and all y'all Termagant homies. Oh no. Oh, we have problems. Why are there so many on my extraction point? Oh, we have issues. We have issues. Well, time to get live, as they say. Time to let that thing drop to make the brass clink like we do up on the birth worlds, you feel me? I'm just gonna give them a lot of targets to shoot at and hope that they don't hit anybody that's too wounded. Although technically we could totally lose him on this turn. Balls. It's actually pretty cleverly placed right there. Ow. No. My face. Yeah, you better hope for some misses. Ow. Luckily, we don't have that thing that we had in Bedlam where they're wounded for like a year after they get beat up in combat. Point blank fire. Oh no. Please hit him. You're point blank right now with a gun that large. One would assume that maybe you could make the simplest of shots at close range. It'd be nice. I'm not trying to complain right now, but I think it's time for us to be outie. No joke. Well, these little blind corners, you don't notice them. That's a cleverly placed wall right there to make it so that you can't see if there's anything back here. They do that pretty frequently, too. They get you at those little blind corners. You can tell that somebody played through the level and was like, well, when I played it, they videotaped it, and they were like, when I played it, I turned right here, so if we add a wall right there, it'll make it so that you can't shoot the enemy and that they have to walk around a blind corner. Like, you can tell somebody played through while either filming it or while having the development team watch, and they watched, like, the pivotal moves on each turn that decided whether or not you won a match, and then they put in cover in, like, the perfect spots for the enemy, so that you'd be like, the blind corner, or it's just easy to miss. It's easy not to notice. We have gotten some gear. We got another plasma gun. Cool stuff. I like plasma guns. I don't know what the full range of gear is going to be in this game, but the more the better. Magos Varnak, his last words. Do I have enough to get a pack right now? I do. Give me that pack, yo. Maybe we'll get another veteran Marine. We got a normal bolter. Ooh, we got a Devastator Marine, and he's one of the upgraded ones. Cool. He's also got a bitchin' hat with what looks like some sort of furry wang on top of it. We got a hand flamer. That'll be fun. So how good is he? The glory of Lehman Russ. Oh, he's a space wolf. That'll be fun. 40 damage, minus 10 accuracy for all space wolves. Wolfpack. 5% damage-free space wolf on the team. He heals max health at the end of his turn. He's got bolt specialization. Damn, this dude's a gangster. Okay. Hold on, I gotta look at this dude, like, right now. Engear Lupus. He even sounds heroic. What is your name, Marine? Engear Lupus. Oh, he's a champion. He's not even, like, a veteran. Like, he's up above this guy, right? He's better than that guy. Damn, look at us in our rare cards. Well, you know we're gonna have to swap him in, even though he's not leveled up. I mean, he's just that much better, right? He starts with an extra 40 health and an extra 4% accuracy. It takes him way less, and I'm assuming 4% more crit as well. So he only has heavy bolters in here. Let me go through, and I want to play around with my guns first, and we'll kind of get rid of stuff here. So instead of a bolter, let's give you a melta. A master-crafted melta. And so there it is. Equip that thing. What's its burst do, by the way? Maybe it just fires one round at 57 to 69 damage? Because it doesn't have the little burst thing like this right here. Oh, volley count, it's on that side. So it's got a volley count of 3. I assume this has a volley count of nothing. Yeah, I was going to say, a melta gun is just a big badass laser. Just like destroy shit. At least that's how I think of it. Whenever there's like vehicles and stuff, you always use meltas on them. That are melta bombs. That's a pretty dope looking gun right there. Pretty pleased with all this. What does it say on it? Does it say... Oh, it says Mars. I thought it said clacks for a second. I was like, that's pretty dope. Let that thing clack when we're on the attack. And when we see our foes, you know we're going to give them a smack. Space Marines love hip-hop. They never talk about that in the lore, but they do. I'll probably just go plasma gun. I mean, the plasma gun is quite a bit better than the normal bolter, and it comes with the limited possibility that maybe you'll gas out halfway through. I mean, sometimes you run out, sometimes you don't. And so anyways, maybe there is a point. Now that I know you get hit for 10 to 11 sometimes, instead of getting hit for a bunch, there might be a point in putting in some of that HP. I mean, we've already gone pretty high on accuracy, so it is what it is. Engear Lupus is going to start coming on all of these, though. So I wish I could rearrange them. Can you sell your Marines and get rid of them? Because you can sell your gear to get cash, right? What if I don't want the extra Marine? Can I sell him so that I can get some extra cash? Just saying. Just saying. So the bolt pistol, we'll go ahead and sell that. I'll probably keep the bolt pistol, the plasma, keep the hand flamer just in case I want to do something a little bit different. Can you give a normal tactical Marine an axe? That's the next question. Like, what if I go in here? Or does that only go on the assault Marine? I clicked on the wrong guy. So it looks like I don't have the option to give him a bolter pistol and an axe, just in case I wanted to make him like a makeshift assault, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. I mean, I'll take what I have for right now. Let's go ahead and queue up a new mission. Sorry about that little interruption. So back inside our campaign, we got ourselves a badass Marine. I'm excited about that. Infection. Trapped amongst the now infected biomass pools, the kill team must defend themselves from any enemy counterattack and find a way out. No, my kitty's trying to strangle me right now. So my microphone, I'm sorry, my headphones have a cable that hangs down almost to the floor. And unfortunately, my kitten has discovered this and thinks it's like the greatest thing ever. Dude, he's so badass. Engear Lupus. See, these are the helmets that I'm talking about. I thought you couldn't even get those anymore. Like, I thought these helmets right here were from, like, the initial round of Space Marines, like, thousands of years ago. Maybe that's why he's a champion, is because he's got, like, relics on and stuff like that. Either way, it's going to be pretty dope. I'm excited about this. I don't know what I should really try to get him into Cleave sometime soon. It'd be nice. It'd be a good idea. Do we still have our other... Okay, so we still have our other Marine, too, so he's looking pretty good. We phased out one of our Ultramarines, which is always a good thing, because nobody wants to play with Ultramarines. They're just the default. They are the color gray in the Warhammer universe.
Brothers, you have been detected. Tyranid forces are massing toward your position. Set bombs, break through the enemy, and find a way out of this chamber.
Okay, so those appear to be the giant melta bombs that we've placed. What I'd like to have here is for one Space Marine to cover each little entrancey thing. So for example, we'd have you, On this side, we would more than likely, actually I'm going to step you forward a little bit further because they'll be able to duck this corner. And if they can get, basically they'll take one Overwatch, then they'll duck into the corner so they can dodge the second Overwatch, and they'll pile up in this corner. It's called pooling. But anyways, in Space Hulk, that's what players do that play the Tyranids, is you pool, the Gene Stealers anyways. You try to hide in corners and things like that and pool up until you've got a big enough force to where you can overwhelm their ammo and wait for something to go wrong. If I can get a guy into this corner, that'd be good too. This side sounds okay. It's important to remember that they got guys with guns now too, so that'll be an issue long term. Still, I think he's blocking his line of sight if he goes right there. Line of sight's a little bit odd in this game. It's going to take me a bit of time to get used to it. Yeah! Those plasma guns paying back in spades right now. Getting that damage done at a long range. I want to use the melt on somebody. I want to use the melt like right now.
Die, Xenos filth, in the name of Sanguinius.
No. We send these to the gates of death to appease Mordecai.
I say, whoever's tally is largest names the fate of the Tyranids.
Fine. Our actions shall speak louder than words.
Can you not go into Overwatch right here? I love the little talks they're having. I didn't think that was even going to be in game. I just don't think about stuff like that a lot of the time, and so I'm glad to hear that it actually is. Anything to get people more interested in the lore, because sometimes I'm worried Games Workshop is just going to fold up shop and like quit. I mean, tabletop gaming is not as popular as it used to be, and I assume it can't be a high margin market. Either way, then again, you're selling like plastic. Ooh. You're selling like 10-cent plastic figurines for 40 bucks, so maybe it is a high margin market. Who even knows? Oh, they come out of the pools? Oh no. Do they get a full turn when they come out of the pools? Or are they stationary once they're in there? It looks like they don't get a full turn when they step out of the pools, so it might be a little bit risky for us to be this far forward. Go ahead and wipe him out real quick. And then back on Overwatch. I didn't realize they could pop out of the pools. That's going to be problematic. Can you melt a gun him, or do you have to be closer? There it is. Yeah, that was every bit as satisfying as I hoped it would be. Also, it was glowy, and I love glowy things. Glowy things make me happy. Let's just kind of aim around this way, I guess. That sounds good. I'm having a blast with this game. Oh, Jesus. So much ammo wasted. Woo! That's a firing line right there. Man, there's a bunch of them coming in, aren't there? Wonder if they're going to start sending the big guys as siege breakers or whatever. Be problematic. Either way, farm up as much XP as we can from this. The more kills, the better. I especially love the fact that the game gives you actual XP for killing things. Like, I don't like it when games just give you flat XP at the end of a mission. I'll have you waste your shots right now since you're not as valuable. And this time I'm going to try and limit the amount of random fire going around. By maybe targeting them a little bit less aggressively, I don't know. I would love to cut this corner right here, but I don't know if it's going to work for me. Sort of interesting that no, he didn't fire at him when he came around the corner. I thought that was inside of his Overwatch zone. Wonder why that is. Man, these little guys are getting in here, aren't they? All over the damn place. Huh. It might have been wiser to fall back. I took an advanced position because I didn't realize they could spawn out of these little things, but... Alright. It's a problem to be accounted for. Go ahead and get rid of the Termagant first. Anything that's ranged has got to go first. And then we'll worry about these little guys. He's down. He's down. Ah, we got a miss on the last one. It's okay. There we go. Now he's down. As long as we can clear out the field and still have room for overwatches, I'm okay with it. Oh, he's overheated? Oh, bummer. So apparently it cancels his next turn if it overheats during his overwatch. That is actually an interesting thing that I did not know about. So we just learned a new piece of information. If it happens during overwatch, it cancels your next turn. Alright. I figured it couldn't overheat during overwatch. So now that we've learned that lesson, we know a little bit better how to play to our strategy and our strengths. I wonder what determines how much XP you get for killing the Termagants. Oh, they zone in from right there, too. That's pleasing. I would actually like it a little bit better if the spawn zones were maybe labeled, but maybe that's just the Space Hulk player inside of me.
By sanguineous wings, I shall slay them all. Stay focused, brother. We gain no advantage if you rampage ahead. If the enemy is dead, who cares how the task is performed?
Let's go ahead and get him out of our butthole for right now. He's way too close for me to feel comfortable. I mean, honestly, if we can clear them all out right here and not have to worry about reprisals, I think I'm okay with the whole thing. Got a Termagant right there. I may have him watch the central alley, along with some help from him, maybe. Well, we'll just have that whole team watch the center. I'm assuming there's going to be a big rush at some point where they're just going to come at us. Man, Overwatch remains as powerful as ever. It is a very real Warhammer strategy tool. The Overwatch is, see that though? The AI's playing smart. They're soaking the blows with the melee guys. Oh, never mind. I thought they were going to play the last guy. Every now and again, there are players who are especially good at playing Gene Stealers, and actually I maintain the point that it's actually impossible to win as the Space Marines if you've got a Gene Stealers. If you take two very, very experienced players for Warhammer Space Hulk, like if you take somebody who's very good at playing Marines and somebody who's very, very good at playing exact same skill level, so they're both, let's say, an 8 out of 10, I actually think that given a halfway competent, why can't you shoot right there? Oh, you're overheated. Given a halfway competent Gene Stealer player, in general, I don't think that you should be able to win as Space Marines for the Terminators. You can make it sort of far. Don't tell me you're overheated too, because that would be a real terrible thing for me to realize right about now. Also kind of wondering where our extraction zone's going to be here. My guess is that we're going to have to move at some point, and that it's going to be unpleasant, but we haven't gotten there. I guess you got one shot, don't you? Go ahead and aim. Those long bomb shots right there. Some little things that I'd like to see from this game, if they ever do a second one, is I would actually really love to see like specialized casualties. So casualty animations that match up with whatever weapon they were hit with. So if they get hit by a flamer, you know, they run around on fire and then die. If they get hit by a melt, it blows a big hole in them that's like weeping with like lava. They fall over dead. The bolters, they get chopped into pieces, kind of Fallout 2 style. Little things like that. For those of you that don't know, a bolter is essentially an automatic grenade launcher. It's kind of like an automatic rocket launcher. I don't think that's what a lot of people don't realize about a bolter, is that it fires, essentially in the lore anyways, it fires what can be assumed to be maybe like water bottle size. That's the only thing, or like Coke can sized bullets that explode on impact. And it does it automatically. So it's just like thug, 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 and just wipes everything out. Pretty nasty gun, all things considered. But that sort of gives you an eye into the universe, like the types of guns that they have to equip just in order to compete with all the alien races that are trying to wipe them out. And even then, a bolter won't kill half the things in the Warhammer lore. I mean, it's a balancing mechanism, I'm sure, but there are a lot of things a bolter will not kill. I'm hoping that the frequency with which we're seeing the Tyranids injected into video games in the Warhammer universe is suggestive of some sort of public interest in an army that is not Space Marines. I'm not a big Tyranids fan, but I've noticed that a lot of the Warhammer games lately have the Tyranids as the main bad guy, And I know that a lot of the like standalone games like Space Hulk and things like that have the Tyranids and Gene Stealers and whatnot as an antagonist, but it's nice to see the universe actually do something that is not Space Marines for once. And so anytime anything shows up that isn't Space Marines, it makes me happy. Shit, I'd be happy just to see a game with Imperial Guard anymore. I used to be kind of biased against Imperial Guard too, but actually I think that Imperial Guard loving has fallen off a little bit too. Alright, so we'll put them in right there, but I think it's going to be our last turn anyways. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of Warhammer 40k Deathwatch. I will see you all in future episodes. Having a blast with the game so far. Definitely messing up my recording schedule. Was supposed to record a lot of other things today, and instead I'm going to be sitting around playing Warhammer all day because I can. And so anyways, I will see you all later. Hi do, everybody.